Hello and good morning, folks. Welcome back to Almus Market Mornings, your daily dose of global financial updates. And as we see, it's quite pleasant out here in Mumbai. I hope you guys are enjoying your cup of tea or coffee as we bring you the latest global financial updates. Now, as we know, it has been some sort of a downpour, but it does not stop the city. Similar has been the case with our central bank. They have been intervening into the markets, but it hasn't stopped the move for USD INR. So we see USD INR moving quite high and also made a new all-time high yesterday. Folks, while oil saw some bit of retracement, dollar index again got stronger. So Pankaj, I'd like you to tell us what exactly is going on into the markets as we sip our coffee.
Hey, thanks everyone. Thanks, Shikhar. Good morning. Thanks for providing us opportunity to share our thoughts. The main story last night was basically all three big hitters of the monetary policies: USA Fed Chairman Powell, ECB Lagarde, and Bank of England Andrew Bailey. They shared their thoughts on the same panel, on the same platform, about the inflation and rate cycle going ahead. What we found is basically US Fed Chairman Powell said that they are more worried about a higher inflation than the higher interest rates. So it looks like there's a further path ahead and they will keep moving. ECB Lagarde also highlighted that it seems that the world has changed. There's a sand shifting happening, and it's very unlikely that we will shift back to low inflation as before pre-pandemic. So that's the second one. And Bank of England, Andrew Bailey highlighted that they need to act forcefully and gradually to address this higher inflation. All the panelists agrees that the studies which have been conducted are sufficient enough to anticipate the supply chain effect and how it affects inflation, and actually admitted the situation which basically says that it's very, very uncertain. Powell actually made a remark: it's very little we understand that we understand in inflation, and that's the big one, saying central bank, which has got a fire of or army of PhD guys and army of the economists studying the frameworks, and he mentioning that it's very, very little they understand that they understand inflation. This was an interesting one. All this lead to a 75% probability of a rate hike of a 75 basis in next Fed meeting, which is going to be end of this month. After hearing all the central bankers, actually, if you look at that way, 10-year Germany yield fell by 15 basis point and US yield fell by 10 basis point. And even this kind of softening of yields have not helped equities. Equities were almost flattish. What we saw is slight corrections in Brent crude oil prices, and that fell by $2 to 113 per barrel. The another data which came is US GDP final reading came for Q1, and that was minus 1.6%. The major impact is coming, a negative impact is coming from Ukraine by Russia, but consumer spending, which accounts for 70% of economy, I think that was doing okay. It's not that bad. And looking at that data, also re-emphasized by Fed Chair Powell, that they will be committed to raise rates to address inflation, and that's what will be going to happen. Now the market will be assessing how much time or how fast and how deep the recession will be. It is going to be a data heavy day, while core PC inflation come from US, UK GDP, German retail sales, all these data would be coming, and there will be another opportunity to hear ECB Lagarde. People will like to hear more about anti-fragmentation process which they are going to adopt for Eurozone. On the currency front, USD index again benefited of all these commentary and they are now dealing above 105, primarily by weakness in Euro and JPY. We had a big breakout day in on Tuesday in dollar rupee, and rupee consolidated yesterday. Market actually looking like buying more because USD index making a fresh advance higher. We will see where the RBI draws line in the sand for rupee, but what we are seeing is now that the FI outflows have started reducing. So they are still outflows, but there are lower outflows uh, going on for last couple of days. That's all from me. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Okay, Pankaj, thank you so much. And I'd like to highlight, folks, let the days be data heavy, as Pankaj has mentioned. We'll continue to bring in all the updates for you, as well as our expectations on the markets, how it shall be performing. And I'd really want to understand one thing over the period of time is just how the central banks have started mentioning they understand quite little of inflation. But I do see that they are sticking with their playbook of handling the inflation, just like how they did with Top Gun Maverick. So, folks, Top Gun Maverick did very well. Let's see if central banks can do that well as well. We'll catch up again tomorrow with you with a fresh new update. Till then, thank you so much for joining. That's it for today.